Hello and welcome to my channel, On The Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And we talk about other things too. And we'll get to that in just a second. So let's find out what's been on the hook first. Today is a special day. It's the day before the week of Thanksgiving, and I'm excited about Thanksgiving coming up. I'm going to have some company next week, so I may or may not be back with a video. We'll have to see how much free time Gigi has in order to roll out a video. It takes about 6 hours to do that, and sometimes when you leave a group and you don't come back for 6 hours, they wonder what happened to you. So I'm not sure if I'll be doing that or not, but I welcome you today and thank you for coming by. I am excited to see all of my new viewers and all the viewers that have been with me for a very long time. Thank you so very much. I appreciate each and every one of you and all of your comments. They're so pleasant to read. I never have to wonder if I'm going to run across a hateful comment or anything. I just don't get those anymore. I used to a little bit when I first started, and now most everybody that watches me is very, very pleasant and complimentary, and also very hopeful for me and for my life, and I hope that yours is going just as well. I'm feeling very, very good right now, and so things are looking up, and I'll have some company next week that'll really lift my spirits, so I'm excited about having a house full of people. So Thanksgiving is coming, and we're thankful for everything we have. We always go around the table, and we each person gives thanks for one thing that they're very thankful for this week and grateful to have in their life, or something that happened to them, a person or an event. So we do that, and that helps us stay focused on the day, and that it's Thanksgiving Day. So I hope y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving this coming week. And even if you're by yourself, I've done that a few times when I was living alone, and it wasn't awful or terrible. I just thought about it during the day, what I was really grateful for. So that helped me not feel too lonely during the holidays, but it's all right. The next year, you never know what's going to happen. Something will happen in your life, and something really great that you can be grateful for. So enough about that. This channel is about crochet, and it's also about a little bit of knitting, because I've started knitting. As you know, I'm a beginner knitter, and I'm having some fun with it. I've been knitting this week. I've been doing a lot of other things too, but this channel is also about diamond painting, and I'll have a tiny segment about middle way through, and we'll look at the diamond painting that I'm working on right now. So let's get started. Well, let's talk about what I'm wearing today, and I'm featuring a pattern that I published in 2022, I believe it is, and it was such a wonderful make. It really turned out really nicely, and this is what it looks like on the Etsy shop. It's front and back view of the Multicolored Cardi. The Multicolored Cardi, and I made this two different ways, and I want to show you those right now. First of all, this way, which is made with spun colors from Premier. This is the actual color. It's called Woodland. It's called Woodland, and it's a beautiful set of colors. Look, there's blue and colors of orange and kind of a beigey color in there. There's blue. Okay, there's lots of different colors. I wasn't going to name them all, but it's a beautiful yarn, and it's also still available at Premier, believe it or not. All this time I thought this was Color Fusion. When I was looking through my closet, and I thought, yeah, I made that with Color Fusion. No, I did not. I found this in my stash, and I thought, this is what I made it from, was Spun Colors by Premier. A beautiful, beautiful yarn. The only thing I don't love about this is that it does do a little bit of a it has a little halo on it, and then every now and then the halo gets knotted up, and you have to cut it where you've rubbed your arms, or under the arm a little bit, but it's not dreadful or anything. I've had yarns that were much, much worse than this, so I really love it. I love the colors in this. Look at the beautiful colors, how they turned out. They just blend with each other nicely, and actually they end abruptly, but they are beautiful, the colors that they've chosen to go together. So, and it's not long stripes, it's very short. Look at that. It's just a little short stripe there, and then a even smaller stripe there, and then another stripe there. So the key to this is, if you buy a stripy yarn, it will work out just fine. You know why? Because this sweater is made from the bottom up in a circle. So your colors actually match up very well. they will match up well if you have long stripes. Now this is short, so that wouldn't apply to this yarn, but it is a beautiful yarn. There's several, probably many colors of this on the Premier side. I saw a spun color, so I didn't look at all the colors, but this was obviously my favorite. My great fall colors in it. I really, really love it. So let me stand up and I'll show this one to you. Okay, today I'm wearing the Multicolor Cardi. I'm going to speak up a little bit so y'all can hear me. It sounds like I'm yelling, but I'm really not. I'm wearing this with a kind of an autumn colored turtleneck, and it really picks up on the color in the sweater. Now, I've also worn under this a kind of a teal blue, and also a black looks fine with this. A dark brown looks fine with this. A lot of colors look great with this particular colorway in spun colors. I'm glad I picked this one. I really love it. When I put it on, it's so comfortable, and it's warm. I have to say it's warm. So let me show you the back. The back is a little bit right at the bottom of the hip. This is where I like for my comfy sweaters to be, you know, the sweaters that I need to be warm in. I didn't put buttons on this. I don't like buttons on a cardigan, but you are certainly welcome to do it. And in the pattern, I tell you how to do that. I don't tell you exactly how to do it, but that you can do it by making your measurements a little bit wider, and so they will meet a little bit better in the front. But this one's just fine for me. I like this casual look in the front. It has long sleeves and ribbing at the bottom of the sleeves. The sleeves are not baggy. They're fitted, but not too fitted. You know, there's about 2 inches of ease in the sleeves as they go down. And then I put ribbing in the bottom and ribbing around the bottom and ribbing around the middle part and up around the neck. So there's plenty of ribbing, but it's the easy ribbing that you use back and front post stitches. So it's very easy to make. It didn't take me a very long time to make this. I really enjoyed doing it. And now I grabbed it the other day out of my closet, and it was just so comfortable and warm. So this is, again, the Multicolor Cardi. You can find it on my Etsy shop. Now Crystal's going to model the other version of my Multicolor Cardi. And this is made with city tweed for the most part. I think it's all city tweed, actually. This is a DK weight. This color fusion is a 4 weight. This is a 3 weight. You can make it out of either size. My patterns are usually like that. You can make the items out of any size yarn that you really like. Just change your hook size and you're good to go. And you can usually pick the hook size off of the label of the yarn, and it'll tell you which hook to pick. And you can try that first and make a little bit of a swatch, or start it and see if you like the fabric. If you don't, hook up or down, whatever suits you. But this was made from city tweed. It's a little bit of a luxury yarn. I buy it from Knit Picks. It's made in Peru. It is wool, of course. It's a DK weight, and it's a size 3 DK, 55 merino, 25 alpaca, and 20 Donegal tweed, which are the little tweed pieces in there like that. It's called neps. I've only heard that once. I think that's right. But this is what it looks like. This is the color Kelp, K-E-L-P, if you like that color. But I made this out of many, many colors. I had lots of colors in my stash, and I went to my stash and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to use these. This is also very warm, and it was not hard to make at all. I used kind of a big hook, and I talk about that in the pattern, how to size your hook for the type of yarn that you have. This has been folded up, so it's got a little bit of a fold down here on the sleeve, but this is what it looks like at the bottom. It's just got a simple rib at the bottom, and the colors, I tried to match them right around here, as you can see that. I think you can, yeah, the pink right through here, and then below that I matched it all the way down and finished up there near the ribbing, and it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but you know, I don't expect my knitted and crocheted projects to be perfect. They're handmade, and so they're going to have a mistake or two here and there. And if you're a perfectionist, that's great, but I'm really not. I like to do an 80-20. I like to get it done and make it beautiful to wear, but nobody's going to notice a mistake that I made, like over here under the arm or something. Nobody's going to notice that. Now, this is what the back looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous in the city tweed. I really like it. It's for a little bit warmer weather because it's got a lot of holes in it. You know, the fabric is loose and drapey, and that's what I was going for. Loose and drapey, made with the city tweed. And with the spun colors, not so much. I did those in probably a K or an L hook, but because the yarn was pretty good size, it made the fabric just right. So it's perfectly drapey for me, and I like it. I have two great sweaters that I wear. I wore them last year, and I'll be wearing them again this year. Loving this. This is the Multicolor Cardi. You might try it. It's a long pattern. I give a lot of detail and a lot of tips on how to make your sweater even more beautiful. So that's the Multicolor Cardi, and it's on my Etsy shop. I'll have some more about crocheting here in just a minute because I've finished another item in crochet, but I want to talk a little bit about diamond painting. So let's take a look at that, where I am now, and we'll get right back to it. Here's our weekly look at Jeannie's new diamond painting. It's actually a previous diamond painting that I've had held up for some others that I finished now. So this is Irises by Van Gogh, and you'll notice some beautiful, beautiful colors in here. I know I talk about that every week, but it's amazing how deep and beautiful they are. Now, I have only this much left to do along the top. I've already started. I'm starting from the right, and I'm moving to the left now. And this is what I've done so far. I think last night I did all this, so I'm ready to go to the next square. And I have release papers on that, as you can see. I'll probably be working on this tonight underneath there, as you can see. So that's my next step. And then next week, I hope I'll have lots more to show you, but that's how far I've gotten on Van Gogh's Irises diamond painting. Now, as you know, I've been knitting a little bit and still experimenting. I'm still experimenting with beginner knitting things. And I went to the store, to Joann's, and I bought some sugar and cream, something a little bit nicer. I have a cream-colored cotton yarn that I was using to make a dishcloth, and this I got something with a little more color in it, like that. That looks like Thanksgiving, so I'm going to use this one at Thanksgiving. But I made another dishcloth. I know it's not perfect. Let me just hold it up like this, get it measured out here. There we go. Well, it still looks like it's off center, but I don't think so. It stretches out perfectly, but when I hold it up, it doesn't look that great. But anyway, here it is. This is the dishcloth. And I feel like I'm getting a little bit better. Now, these holes are supposed to be there. You know, around the edge. There's some holes around the edge that are supposed to be decorative. I don't know. It's just a yarn over. If you knitters know, that's about the easiest thing you can do in knitting. But this is what it looks like. And I tried really hard on this one. I didn't make any mistakes, or maybe one mistake in the whole thing, because I was concentrating, making sure that I did my stitches correctly, and it turned out really nice. Look at the pretty colors, how they go together. They're just so beautiful. I love these colors, and I had to have that yarn, so I bought this. I don't know how much I paid for it. I just put it in the cart, and I thought, I'm having that because I love to knit and crochet pretty things. It gets boring if you're just using white. So this is sugar and cream again, and this says supersize on it. And I believe I can get one more dishcloth out of this, and maybe a little bit smaller than this one. I did 47 stitches with a size 10 needle, and it was a little bit too big. But the first one I made was 37. It was about right. So I may go back to that size, and I'll probably have enough of this to make a 37 stitch dishcloth with that to pull out next week for Thanksgiving. I'll lay it right on my sink, and it'll be all pretty, and everybody will say, where'd you get that? I really doubt they'll do that, but you never know. And then as I was still looking at Joann's, I found this. This is the Christmas colorway in the sugar and cream. It's called Mistletoe, and really kind of pretty. I like it. It's just Christmas colors, red, green, and white. And it has a little bit of a light green in there too, which kind of helps it not be too stark. And then there's also some pink in there, which I've just noticed. Let me find it. Here it is. There's some pink in there, which I didn't see. Anyway, that ought to be pretty. I think that'll be nice, and I'll whip one of those up. I can make a dishcloth in one evening. If I start early, like 4 o'clock, and between times I'm going in the kitchen or doing other things, by about 10 or 11, I'm pretty much done with it. So now I'm getting a little faster. I also bought this. This is a black and white, goes with everything. It's got brown in it too. So you can see it's got brown, and I think it has black in it. Yes, it's got black, brown, and white. And this might make an interesting dishcloth too. I also bought this. This is the Knit and Crochet yarn from Joann's. It's a size 3 though, so I may have to size down with my needles a little bit. I didn't realize that. I thought it was a 4 weight, but it's not. It's a 3 weight. So the color is White Sands. Very pretty. It's kind of a beige and a kind of like a just autumn colors in there. Very light treatment though. Very pretty. And I might make one out of this. I didn't realize it was a 3, so that may make it a little bit too long to make. I don't know. We'll see how it does. But those are the 4 colors that I bought at Joann's the other day, and I'm really enjoying knitting. I also bought these to make the dishcloths on. They're a size 10, and they're clover wooden needles, and they have a little knob on the end so that your stuff doesn't fall off the end, of course, absolutely. But there's no cord on these, and I thought because I'm making a dishcloth that isn't much wider than that, I'll just use these, and it was fine. And I think I really like the Chigu needles. I made a scarf from this, and they worked out pretty well, and they're slick, but you know, I'm kind of used to that now. I like it. I can go a little bit faster, but I've sized down, and these are a size 8 or 9. I don't know which. I think it's a 9, might be an 8. And I put the cord on them already, and I'm going to use this to make at least one more dishcloth and see how it does. A little bit smaller needle than I was using, and that way the dishcloths will be a little tighter in the weave. And I'm just experimenting right now and enjoying myself. And also, I am knitting a scarf, and I might have shown this last week. I can't remember if I did or not, but this is out of some luxury yarn from Malabrigo yarn. I'm using this. I think I showed this last week. Beautiful autumn colors. Absolutely love those. And these are a size 9, I believe, needle. And this is what I've done so far. Now see, look, I see a mistake right. It looks like a mistake right there. I don't know. Maybe, may not be. I don't know. Anyway, this is what I've gotten so far. I'll pull it out so you can see it. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm about halfway through this, and I have this much, and I guess I could just keep going and practice my stitches, but I'm only using a knit stitch on this, so I'm not really learning anything new, but it does keep me focused. I haven't dropped any stitches yet, but I'm very, very, very careful when I'm working on this. I'm focused on it. Even if I'm talking to somebody, I make sure that I don't drop any stitches, because I don't know what to do if I drop a stitch. I might have to rip it all out. I don't know. I know you don't have to do that, but I'm still new at this, so I'm not really aware of how you do that. But there again. And this is a small project, and I'm keeping this in one of my Wildflower top. This is the pouch, the project pouch, and it's a perfect size for a knitted project. Look at that. I could probably get another skein in there very easily, which I do have over there in my stash, but I throw this around. I take it in the car when I'm going with Mr. On the Hook, and if he's going to drive, I will take that because it's mindless. I don't have to think about increasing or decreasing. Now, back to crochet. I want to talk about the Autumn Aspirations crochet along that I'm doing with Juan the Yarn Addict, and I've kept up with it all the way to a certain round. This is the Autumn Aspirations cowl. Beautiful, beautiful Afghan, or he calls it a throw. I printed off all the weeks of the instructions here, and after week 3, I was a little disappointed in myself because I apparently am either crocheting too loose, or I don't think my stitches were off, because I was counting stitches, which I don't love to do, but I did count my stitches. And I did the bobble rows, the 4 bobble rows, and I did them in white, the Aran color, this color. This is Red Heart Super Saver white. Aran, excuse me. It's Aran color. It looked really pretty around the outside of my throw. However, I decided that I didn't like it because it was wavy and it was bumpy and it wasn't working for me. And everywhere I put bobbles, there was a lump there. So I didn't really care for that too much, and because I was doing something wrong. I'm sure that was me. And the corners were also very far out. They were sticking too far out. And I didn't know where I was going to go with that. I didn't want something that was shaped like that. And this, my fault, mea culpa, my fault. So I took the throw and I took it downstairs in my craft room. These were rows 48 through 51 in week number 4. And that's as far as I proceeded with my Afghan or my throw. And I did those 4 rows all the way around, and I was just not pleased with how my work was looking. Of course, my fault. So I took it downstairs to my craft room, and let me show you what happened. I'm here in my craft room, and I'm going to attempt to frog out these 4 rounds of my Autumn Aspirations cowl blanket throw. I'm going to take these out, and I'm going to attempt to wind them onto my ball winder and make a cake out of this Red Heart Aran colored yarn. There's so much on here, almost a whole skein. So I'm going to try to cake it up using my ball winder over here. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to try to wind this directly from the Afghan without pulling it first. And I've got it hooked up here to my ball winder, which may not work. It's acting up already. Okay, I have it started, and now I'm going to continue with it, pulling right from the Afghan. Look, see, it's pulling from the Afghan. I only have a little bit of trouble with the bobbles. There's some bobbles on there. I'm struggling a little bit. Oh boy. Alright, I'm going to have to check this out. Let's see what's going on here. Here we go. I was at the bobbles right there. It kind of got stuck. Alright, so I'm going to lay it out a little bit easier so it can grab that yarn a little better. Let's see how this goes. Okay, it's getting a little bit better. I'm just going to go with the other side. Okay, I think I have it now. I have it pulling from down here up into my ball winder. So let's see if this works. Sorry about the noise. This thing is so loud. Woo. It's going up this side. I'm going to have to lay this out a little better. Let's flatten this out. I'm working on my diamond painting over there. It's dry. No worries. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can get this done. All right, this looks like it's going to work. I'll just have to leave it laid out. Okay, see, now my ball winder's not happy. This came apart. I need a new ball winder. If you have a suggestion, I would really appreciate it. But I'm going to continue and see how far I get. Well, I'm all done. I have my Afghan folded up, and I like it much better without the last few rows that I put on there. Didn't like those at all. So I'm going to put some rows on the ends, and I'll talk about that on my channel here in just a little bit. But I got 2 pretty good size cakes out of that. That's how much yarn I had in those 4 rows that I put on the edges. So I'll put that back in my stash, and I'll use that for something else. As you can see, I was finally the victor in taking off those 4 rows, and they ended up here in the cakes. So I did that, and then I thought, you know what, I've got a big square here, but it's not really big enough for me. I wanted it a little bit bigger, and one also added, many more rounds to this. There are quite a few more rounds. Week 5 has 8 rounds, looks like, and I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't doing well, and it wasn't going to fix itself. And if I took out stitches, which I tried to do when I decreased along the side, it just made it worse. So I just said, you know what, I can't continue on if it's not going to be successful. So I just took those out, took those rounds off, and I added on 6 rounds of my own, and these are in red and green. I went to Joann's and I bought these two colors. This red, which is called in Red Heart Super Saver Burgundy, and then this one, which is called Olive Drab. This color and this color, and they were close to the colors I'd used in my Afghan, but I ran out of the red, so it turned out really nice. It's a perfect color red. I love it. But I did 2 rows of double crochet, and then I did a row of hearts, and then I did a row of top hearts up here, and then I did 2 more rows of double crochet. And I thought it looked pretty nice on the ends. I put these on the ends, and each set of 6 rows. Each set of 6 rows was almost 4 inches. So I added 8 inches to the length of my Afghan. And see, it turned out pretty nice. It's still a little bit wavy, but it's not like it was. So let me stand up and I'll show this to you. It turned out, I think, very beautifully. I really like it. You can only see a little bit of it here, but let's see if I can get it. There it is. Turned out nice. And you know, it's long enough for me. It's almost to the floor here, so that's long enough for me to cuddle up with in the wintertime. And it's beautiful colors, and it'll look really nice in my house. And it is for the house, so I'm not terribly worried about a little bit of waviness along the edges. But there again, I knew that I couldn't finish it. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't finish yours. If you're having the same problem, you might be able to fix it with some way. I don't know how that would be. But for me, it wasn't working. And I have so many works in progress that I can't spend a whole week ripping out. I just really didn't want to do that because I love the way he taught the stitches and how to do the rounds and all that. I was watching every video, and I was enjoying it. But for me, I had to put an end to it. And I also didn't want a big square. I wanted something that was more lengthwise, and I didn't realize he wasn't going there. I don't think he was. Maybe he was, but week 5 I didn't go there because I had to move on with some of my other projects. So one, it was a beautiful crochet along. I really enjoyed it. I couldn't finish it, and again, my fault, not yours. It's my fault. And I don't want to inspire anybody to stop crocheting on it. It is a beautiful crochet project. But again, I ran out of time. So that's my version of the Autumn Inspirations Crochet Along by Juan the Yarn Addict. And I'll put a link to his YouTube channel, and you can go there and find the playlist for the 5 videos that go along with this. I just wanted to tell you that for me is how I finished it up. One side note about crocheting Afghans. I started Sophie's Universe, and I got a long way through it, very long way. And I feel the same way about that. I don't want a huge square throw. I want it a little bit longer. So I'm going to stop right here. And I've done lots and lots of rounds on this too. And this is a beautiful Afghan as well, just like Juan's. It's quite beautiful. And I love the colors in it, and the stitches are so gorgeous. Look at that. They're just really pretty. And I'm going to add some crochet rows onto the ends and make it a long Afghan because it's plenty wide for me. It's got plenty of room in it. And I'm going to just finish up on this and be done with it. I don't want my Sophie's Universe to just be sitting around in a bag. I don't want that, and it's really hard to find time to work on it when I'm writing patterns and all those, or I'm behind, as y'all know. A lot of y'all have been asking me where the crescent shawl is, where the open weave cardi is. There are others. I have been kind of covered up with knitting. As you know, it's new and shiny, and it is fun. I'm looking forward to maybe getting better so that I can actually make a sweater. I would love to do that. Love knitted sweaters. I've always loved knitted sweaters, but I was always eager to find out how they did that, and so I'm working on it. I'm not going to be perfect. It's going to take me a while to learn to knit, but I am moving forward, and hopefully I can try something a little bit more difficult. I might even buy a book of easy knitted dishcloths. I might do that and make something that I can actually use. The scarf over here, I don't know what I'm going to do with that because it's going to have to be kind of long to wear. unless I make it a cowl, and I might do that with it. I might just make it a cowl and go around about 15 inches or 20 or whatever it is, and finish that up as well and be done with that. But I do love the luxury yarns. I think they are wonderful to knit with. The cotton, not so much. It's a little bit more difficult to knit with. I've never knitted with anything like this. I don't know what that's like. It looks like it might split, or I don't know. I don't know much about acrylic yarns and knitting. I've really just used cotton and wool so far. So I might try an acrylic. If you have an idea, let me know. If you have an idea for an acrylic yarn that's easy to knit and it's, you know, at least a size 4. I'd rather have a size 4 so that I can actually finish the item. So anyway, enough about me and knitting, whatever. You know, I am learning it, and if y'all are learning it too, I think that's great. If you're an expert knitter, and I've had some of y'all contact me about that and give me some great suggestions. Thank you so very much. Also, last week I talked about the Cat's Meow Afghan, and Cat's Meow is just a cool Afghan. I'll put a picture of it here. I did buy the pattern. I went out and I bought it from the designer. I bought the 8-page pattern, and I haven't printed it yet, but I did buy the pattern, and I've been looking for some yarn. I'm going to make it probably out of what she suggests, which is the Red Heart Melange, and it's a beautiful, beautiful yarn, and you can get that on several websites. And I've thought about maybe going and getting that and just having it here. I need 4 cakes of melange and 6 skeins of the solid color, which is the platinum anti-pill yarn from Premier. I love that. I think it's so beautiful. And I think that would be a nice combination. In fact, the designer used that combination. I think I might pick different colors, though, the melange. I'm not sure I want to pick the kind of muted colors. I might pick something a little brighter because I love brighter. As you can tell, the Afghans I make are not muted. They're pretty bright. I use them as a decorative part of my living room, and they're just so beautiful. I can't believe that I've actually crocheted them. If you do it one round at a time, it'll be okay. So there you go. Now let's talk about giveaways. About the giveaways, I'm going to hold off today on showing giveaways for next time because I don't know when that's going to be. So I'll have some new giveaways for us at the next video. But right now we're just going to pick the gift winners for this week. This week I'm giving away this frog and finish. Frog or finish. You can't frog and finish it. Frog or finish. And this is a crescent scarf that I started. And it's really pretty. It's in a mohair from Ice Yarns right here. It's in this mohair, and it is crocheted with comfy cotton, which is, I think there are probably 2 skeins on here. I wrapped one around here, ripped something out, and this is a beautiful color. It's called Whipped Cream, and I've made several things out of this. I really love it. It's so soft, and of course the mohair is soft, so this is a very soft scarf, and all you have to do is finish it. And I'll give you some direction in there how to do that. But that keyword was comfy, C-O-M-F-Y, from the name of the Lion Brand yarn. And then I also had a skein of Lion Brand jeans yarn, and I love this yarn. They've discontinued it, but it was so soft. And this is called Jumpsuit. I used this in several items that I made several years ago, and I had this in my craft room, never been touched, and I thought, you know what, I'll just give that away. And again, I'm sorry that they've discontinued it. I really love this yarn. I made several things from it. So this is the jeans yarn from Lion Brand, and the keyword there was lion, L-I-O-N. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins this yarn and this frog or finish this week. Here we are at the computer, and the address for my last video is there. And we're going to start out with the word comfy, and this is for the frog or finish project that I started and I'm not going to finish. It comes with the really beautiful mohair and also the Lion Brand comfy cotton. So let's see who wins that this week. Focus in a little bit here. And it's Judith Smith, 5392. Judith Smith 5392, you've won the Frogger Finish this week. So congratulations to you. All right, and the next one is for Lion, and that is for the jeans yarn that we just talked about. Let's go down here, get our comments, and start the wheel going here. And this is for the Lion brand jeans yarn, and that would be Tina Stallion 6266, Tina Stallion 6266. Congratulations to our winners. Please send me an email with the word winner in the subject line. Tell me your name, your address, and also what you won, so I can make sure I'm sending the right thing to the right people. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy the time with your friends and family, or by yourself. Put your feet up, whatever you want to do. And I will see you again next time. Join me then to find out what's on the hook.